good, y'all? It's the Demouchets React, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we're back with another American reaction. So excited about this video. If you're new to us
and we new to you,
make sure you scroll down,
hit that subscribe button,
and turn on the post notification bell
because we're on the road to 200K.
And we cannot get there without you guys, all right? Join the family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
Let's get it.
I'm getting married in Ghana in a few days, and I keep seeing examples of how different the culture is back in the US versus in Ghana. The biggest difference to me is everything in Ghana just takes so much longer, and very intentionally so. You know what? I wouldn't say it takes longer. I would say that we choose to spend our time very differently. An example of that is my fiance and I started noticing that during a wedding ceremony in Ghana, they have chairs up there. And we were like, what are these chairs for? Like, they actually have chairs for the bride and groom to sit down at the altar. So the first time I asked our wedding coordinator, I was like, hey, like, why are there chairs up there? She's like, oh, but you can't stand the whole time. I'm like, yes, you can. She's like, how? How can you stand the whole time? I'm like, how long is the wedding? She's like, oh, it can be 1 hour. It can be 2 hours. I'm like, the wedding ceremony can be 2 hours? That's not gonna be ours, first of all. Like, in the States, like, wedding actual ceremonies are very short. Like, you can be done in 20, 30 minutes. We like to spend most of our time in the cocktail hour and like, you know, reception and stuff like that.
Yep.
We had a discussion early on with the wedding planners where they were like, oh, your cocktail hour doesn't have to actually be an hour. And we're like, yeah, it does. Like, that's like the best part of the wedding. Or like one of them, at least for us. We very much demand that we have at least an hour for cocktail hour. And to them, it's just like, you know, we don't need all that. Before I got engaged, I always just thought that there was like the traditional marriage in Ghana and then the white wedding was the exact same as the wedding that we have back home. But marriage culture is different everywhere. And it's just so interesting to just keep learning all the different pieces, even as I'm like a year into wedding planning in Ghana.
Ooh, okay.
Yes. So
He about to say a lot.
For the wedding for us, it's like, you know, you present the whole wedding party. Then the bride come. That's the big shebang of the ceremony.
That she is.
Even the groom know that's why he walk out first so he can have his moment.
We all got to witness the beauty.
Yes, and then you know they say the exchange of the vows, and then that's it.
Yeah, we party. That's it.
We about to party for about 4 or 5 hours. Well, not 5 hours, but
it depends.
You know, we about to party.
Yeah, it depends.
Yeah.
He about to be in. I wonder if this is one in Ghana where they make money rain on her until she smiles.
Oh.
And then I don't know. Either one. Let us know in the comment section. Y'all correct me.
Or somewhere else.
No, it's somewhere in Africa.
Well, I know it's Africa,
think it's,
but
yeah.
Which country? I don't know. Y'all.
And whenever she smiles, that's when they stop putting so much money on the floor. I mean, it rains, bro. It rains straight face, no nothing, just bills on bills. Yeah, so I'm happy for them, man. We got a couple more videos like this. So I'm happy to hear this. Putting rings on.
Okay, when you want to get married in Ghana, you need to put like $100 in an envelope and kente and the child slippers, 3 for the father. You do that the same thing to the mother. And the brothers, you put in like $50 in an envelope and they will split it out. So after that, you rent a place where you can do your refreshing and everything. So everything will be like $400 for everything. And you get your wife.
You know how cheap that is in America wedding? Bro.
Well, you know how much an American wedding costs? $50,000 is the average American wedding, bro. $50,000.
Yeah, that's right.
And then they get divorced.
Every time I see 2 young Americans dating, I tend to ask them, like, why do you guys love each other? They are always pretty young, 19, 20, 21. They get married pretty young. So I'm always like, so why do you guys want to get married? And their reasons are always very simple. Like, he treats me well. Like, we just enjoy each other's company. Like, it's never a complicated issue. Marriage is so simple, straightforward. It's something that you just look at a few things in somebody or a few values, and then you guys just make the decision and do it. It's not a big deal. They want to share bills and just build a life, and, you know, life goes on. For us Africans, like, or is it just me? Like, you can't just love somebody like that. Like, it's a very big decision. It's a very complicated matter. There's so many things that goes into analyzing whether you guys should get married or not. I cannot even imagine how big that decision is. I don't understand how simple it is for them.
Okay, well, let's talk about it.
Hold on, bro. We did, but did you ever stop for a second and ask? I don't know. Did you ever stop to ask somebody, older couple, younger couple, what made you want to get married?
No,
I don't think I ever asked.
I'll ask them how long they've been married.
Maybe that, yeah.
What are some advice for people to stay
Maybe
married
that as well.
as them?
But I ain't never asked them what prompt your marriage agenda as a young man or a young woman.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, for me, I just knew I wanted it. I grew up
What you wanted?
I wanted to get married. I wanted to get married, low key. It's like I kind of knew it was in me to be a husband, low key. Like, but as I was transitioning through all my phases of life, we bumped into each other. It's like everything started to just change for me, and it was about the approach that she had, how she carried herself, what she had going on, what she was doing, how she was thinking, moving, everything about it. The unfolded just kept unfolding, and I was like, yeah, hold on, wait a minute, she's different.
Now your future.
She is, yeah, and the now. You hear me? But I never stopped to really ask somebody what made them want to get married.
Mm-hmm. And I think for us, like, we already had a child, so it was about our legacy, our love for each other. We're each other's person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little deeper than that, but
yeah, I was gonna go. I'm gonna go all the way deep vibes. What you want to say?
I mean, we were already living as.
I see all the stuff you don't say. Yeah.
Nah,
I know it, but
it's not
it's
the video to go that deep, but yeah, it's about our love and our legacy.
We don't be doing no damn genotype test in America. It is not a thing. When I went to Ghana, y'all have something called a genotype test, and I was like, what? A geno who? Basically what happens, for those of you who don't know, is test the blood of the mom and the dad, and it determines if they're compatible to have a baby. If let's say like there's gonna be issues with like any deformities, sickle cell, things like that. Let's say, hypothetically, you fall in love with a little man, you fall in love with a little shorty, and that's your boo, right?
Come on.
And then you take the test and you find out that homegirl not compatible with you, and you not compatible with her.
Don't leave me!
What y'all doing in those situations? You gonna dead ass like leave each other, or like y'all still gonna find a way to make it work? Are y'all gonna adopt? Like, what we really doing? Because let's say you found the love of your life, and you know you're not gonna find that love again. I don't know. I think it's a great thing to have, but I'm also thinking like, yo, what if you really found that person and you like, fuck them, we not having babies together, fuck them?
Bro, hey, that's why you gotta have God at the center of your life. We're gonna stop right there, make sure y'all check him out. But you gotta have him at the center of your life, because what results may have on paper, that miracle could be right behind the end of that period. I ain't gonna much lie to you.
Yeah, but I think that is something that's responsible.
That is, but it's
no, think about it, because it's not something that we have done.
Mm-hmm.
And I have sickle cell trait. If you would have had sickle cell
I understand
trait,
that.
our children, so I do think that's responsible.
Dang, so we would have been at our dinner table looking at each other, calling it off. Or we would have figured it out, right? And I think that's just what it is. Like, you may come to a point in your life where you do something like this and you see paperwork or you see the results and you be like, we just love each other too much to say we're going to not have faith.
Right. But here, like, that's not a normal thing. That will be two people deciding to do that on their own. Now, I can say this generation that we have today, like Gen Z, they are very smart.
Mm-hmm.
They would do some type of stuff like that. They would make that the norm here in the United States. But our generation and up, that's not something that was norm for us, because we don't find out these things until the baby is already born.
Correct.
And hey, this happened, and now you go and check to see what's wrong with your baby, and they tell you all of these things that, your baby got going on.
And this is why it's important that y'all watch channels like ourselves, because conversations needs to be had. And I think it's not enough conversations in the culture. Mm-hmm. Because right now what we're hearing is, why get married? Right now what we're hearing is what the masses is doing with, publicity and how the men's are acting this way. It's like, it's a whole lot of, division for real. And I think the conversations need to be more centered on what can be a positive result if we push forward in this narrative instead of keeping everybody on each side of a fence.
Right.
Hey, I'm gonna talk my talk.
Listen, this was something good.
Yeah.
Ghana doing something good now.
I feel that.
All right. They're not down there. They up there.
See, now when you get a little
all right.
precise with it.
Right. All right, y'all. We hope you guys enjoyed this video with us. Be sure to subscribe. We'll see you soon.
Peace.